Hey everybody, welcome to the Reseller Stew, episode number 18. I cannot believe we're on episode number 18. That means we've been doing this for like 20-something weeks because I missed a couple of them. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That constantly reminds me like that I need to stick with stuff. Because I'm like, man, if I did anything for 20 weeks, like if I saved $100 a week for 20 weeks, I'd have $2,000, you know?
Right.
If I lost 2 pounds a week for 20 weeks, I would have lost 40 pounds, you know? Like,
Yeah.
stuff adds up. Oh, my camera here. So how are you ladies doing this week?
Doing good.
Good.
I saw you, April, getting all picky. You're like, ooh, Robert Graham. I don't even want that Robert Graham.
I did not buy that Robert Graham shirt. I left it.
I did the exact same thing the other day. I've gotten so much more picky. I had something in my cart that was priced $4.99 that I have in the past paid upwards of $20, $25 for so that I could part it out. I had it in the cart, going to check out, and I looked at it, and I was just like, I don't even want that. Just like, yeah, I was like, man, my reseller life has really changed. So
Yeah, I remember the days when I would just search every thrift store top to bottom looking for any old beat up Robert Graham. So life has definitely changed because that one wasn't like beat to death, but it wasn't in excellent condition. And I'm like, what, $30? Like, I can leave it. So I didn't buy it.
yeah, I can totally understand. I've been trying to work through all these pallet reject things that I got. They came the week before last, and I opened up one of the boxes and kind of looked through just to kind of see what I had in there since I didn't know. And then they just kind of sat in my living room for 2 weeks. And my daughter decided she wanted to open and sort the box, like one of the boxes. So she had them like all spread out all over the living room, and they were just been sitting in there in the living room, and you get that look from your spouse or partner.
I know the look. I know it.
When it's like you can see them as days go on, that it's like one more day, and I'm gonna set all of this on fire. You know. So
yes.
I knew I was at that point. I was at that, like, if he came in the house one more time and those boxes were still there, I might have divorce papers on my hands. So I moved it into here. So it was nice and clean, and you could actually see Malcolm at one point, but now he's back over there in the corner.
Oh, he's so sad. He can't come out for the show.
I couldn't get to him if I tried right now. So did anybody go sourcing this week? Last week? In the past 2 weeks since we didn't have a show last week?
April?
Yes. Always sourcing.
Every day I'm sourcing.
What do you want to know about my sourcing?
Tell us all the good things.
Last night I picked up a super awesome pair of men's Prada driving loafers.
I saw that.
Right.
Those were pretty sweet. This morning I just picked up a Brooks Brothers 1818 suit with Laurel Piana fabric, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And I have a pair of Allen Edmonds Strand. They're vintage shoes. They're very, very vintage. Like, I've never seen this particular Allen Edmonds tag, so they're super, super cool. So these I'll get about $75-$80 for. So yeah, I've had a good couple days.
That's awesome. Did you go? I know you go all the time.
Yes, I got
Tonya's like, put me on blast.
this Grey's Anatomy trivia board game, and
Does
I only
it
paid.
sell? Because
Yeah, it's new. It's new, sealed.
I never picked that up.
Yeah, well, it's sealed. I probably wouldn't have picked it up unless it was sealed. But
Mm.
anytime I see anything sealed, I have to check it out.
Uh,
But this is the thing. Last week it was going for about 75 on Amazon, and this week it's down to about 50. So.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You're blowing my mind away for a second. Because I've been passing by that game for a couple years. This is a tip I try to tell myself again because I don't follow it very well. But there's certain things that you have scanned over the years that you probably now don't scan anymore. Like scenic games, right? Nobody scans scenic games anymore. They're kind of worthless. There's 2 to pick up. That's it. All the rest of them are worthless. So nobody scans them anymore. But there's things like that, like Grey's Anatomy, that I know I have looked up. Like, I know. And then I looked it up, and it wasn't worth anything, and then I never looked it up again.
Yeah.
That periodically it's a good idea to look those back up again.
Right?
Because, let's see. Let's take a look. I did not know they had a Grey's Anatomy Wii game. What in the world is that game about? You like...
Yeah, what would you do?
What would you
Surgery?
Like, what are you going to do in that game? Like, you kiss each other in the closet and then, like, go perform a surgery? Or...
Hey!
What? Oh, they had a DS one, too. Oh, Wii comes out with some of the dumbest games. Okay, so look at this. So these are, hang on, used. Used, they're going for, this one went for 21. And this one went for 38. Oh, gosh, I have been passing these up.
Oh my gosh.
New $59. Yeah. Okay, well, that's something new to look at again because I think I've probably passed up about 45 of those in my lifetime because they weren't worth anything back in 2013 apparently because that's when I looked them up. Yeah, that is one thing. It's a good idea to just re-look them up because things change. There's been a couple of things over the years that I'm like, oh, those aren't worth anything, and then they were, or I thought they were worth something, and then they're not.
Right.
But wow. So you gonna put it on Amazon?
Amazon, merchant fulfilled, and I'll probably need to double list it on eBay.
What else did you get?
Oh, well, I got a couple more things. I picked these up at that church garage sale, and it's a pack of, how many? 8, and it's new sealed. It's the VHS blank tapes. Can you see?
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, and I only paid $2 for it, and
Nice.
I think they're going for about 50 something on Amazon. So, oh yeah, and the other thing I got. So, every year I have the witch party, right?
No.
So,
Wait. Hold on. What's the witch party?
Well, you girls are invited, but so every October I do a witches and wine party, and so all my girlfriends come over, and we hang out and we drink wine and we talk, and it's just a good time, and everybody dresses up like a witch. So, and I have this mannequin. And
Oh, so it's like my bitches and vodka party. Oh!
Yes. Okay, so I have this full-size mannequin, and her name is Delilah. And so every year I dress Delilah up. And so yesterday at Goodwill, I found her outfit for this year, and it was only $2. So, and came in this bag. But I think she's been a blonde and a brunette, but this year she's going to have green hair.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, and a little matching outfit, so it was fun.
I've always wanted to have a boxed wine and processed cheese party. Where it's just like cheese, on some crackers and like box of wine. Yeah, like got those solo cups with the stands, Be good. I actually did go sourcing, even though, as you can tell, I don't need to go sourcing at all because I have 6 boxes of stuff to list. But it's boring stuff to list because it's like cheap Chinese crap, so it's like boring. Boring. It's like stuff like this. Like, that's boring. It's not fun. So I did I did, I did go sourcing. I got Operation Star Wars, where you
Oh, that's
R2D2.
cool.
Yeah. And I got, if this has all the pieces, I think it's worth $40. The Joker's Funhouse.
Is that an old one?
It's from 2000 and, no, 2012.
Okay.
But when I looked it up, it seemed like it was worth buying.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot.
What does that other one go for? That first one you showed?
The Operation Star Wars.
Yeah.
Let's see. Operation. I think it was like $20. I think when I looked it up.
That's good.
I only paid $2 for it, but I was thinking about just like parting out all the pieces.
Yeah.
And just selling like one at a time for like $4.95 and just putting it in an envelope with a stamp.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't decided. The Joker's Funhouse one, I thought on Amazon went for $40 collectible because they don't make it anymore. Joker Funhouse game. And yeah, collectibles $34.95.
That's good.
And new was like $75.
Is that on Amazon?
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have a bad rank either. It's gotten like, it goes back and forth, so it looks like it sells one every like, I don't know, every month, every 2 weeks, something like that. It goes back and forth where it goes up from 100,000 rank down to 30, meaning so they sold one, then it goes back up to 100,000 rank, and then goes down to 40, you know. So it looks like they sell one at least every month.
Yeah.
I think.
Get it listed.
I will. I've been doing good. I listed 21 things last night. I was like listing like a fiend.
That's good. I listed
That's
this much
amazing.
last night.
Well, I haven't listed anything since the 8th. And then I was on vacation, and then I didn't list anything since the 2nd. So my sales definitely show it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Did anybody have any really great sales? Got any great sales going on?
Yes.
I had mine up, and then I closed it down. I was all prepared, and then I let myself down.
What'd you sell, April? Or go ahead.
A pair of blue jeans for $153.
No way. What kind?
What kind of blue jeans?
Ralph Lauren, but they were double RL. With
I
two
remember when
R's.
you bought those.
Yep, I got them for $18 at Uptown Cheapskate. I ran a sale in my store. Finally, I broke down because I wasn't selling anything, so I did a 30% off sale, and those sold for $153.
Wow. And you knew when you saw them that it was like, oh, this is...
I did not, actually. That's the funny thing, is that I thought they were just regular Ralph Lauren jeans, and I picked them up for my son. I was going to give them to Brandon. But then I got home, and I started looking at the tag, and I was like, wait, I don't recognize this tag. And then I looked them up on eBay, like, oh, well, Brandon's not going to have a new pair of jeans.
Look, Brandon, I got you these jeans from Old Navy. Aren't they nice? That's crazy. That's the thing, like, when I go into stores, because I hear all of y'all's success stories and just, like, these big wow, stories on clothing. But when I go into the stores, there's so much clothes there. It's like, how do you... It would take me hours to sit there, and I would have the strongest arm from doing this.
No.
Right?
Like, through the thing,
Really fast. You pick up speed. Like, I can blow through a clothing section in 20 minutes and pretty thoroughly check stuff. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because I've flipped through clothes before, and I'm just like, this is taking a really long time.
Because you're thinking about it. It has to be automatic. You have to be able to, rule out stuff really quickly.
I'm just like looking at labels. I'm just trying to find like those key words that they've made the jeans easier in some of the stores. Like they have them where they're hanging with the
Yes.
waist out.
Yeah.
Like it's not hanging up, it's hanging on the side. So the waist is actually out. You can see the sizes and stuff. I don't know. I want to do some clothing, but I don't want to do some clothing.
You should
Like
experiment. Like pick out like maybe 5 items and just have that for the month to play with.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to figure out if I want to just go back to parts. I made a lot more money. I made a lot more money. It was easy. I picked out, like, I had like my main things that I would buy, like juicers and rotisseries and things like that. And then I would check the other sections and find if there was like any real winners. But I wasn't bread and buttering like the other sections. I was only bread and buttering like the parts and appliances. And then it was like, yay, I got a treasure, And because the other day I've been putting my store on sale like 40% off, but I didn't want to put anything on sale that wasn't like, that was less than $20 or less than $25. 75% of my store is less than $20. And I was like totally blown away by that number. I was like, what?
When did that happen?
Where did I get all this crap? And yeah, it was like, wait a minute, because I noticed when I was calculating my numbers, because I was talking to a friend of mine, a reseller friend of mine, she was asking me to help her figure out her her sell-through rate and how she was going to know how she would reach her goals. She needed to make a certain amount of money. And so I was based off her numbers, and I went through and looked at her store and her sales and her this and her average sell price and all of these things. And I was like, okay, well, for you to reach your dollar goal, you need to have this many listings, or you need to double your prices. Like you need to raise your prices. Not that the item she has, she needs to raise her prices on, but she needs to up her price number. Because I remember when I was doing what I consider fairly well for a part-time, I was doing 15 hours a week maybe. I was doing $3,000 in sales. And now I'm doing like half that. It's like ridiculous. And but when I went back and looked at my numbers, I noticed that my sell price is down by like $14 an item. My average sell price used to be $28, $30 an item. Now it's like $16.
Yeah.
So I'd have to double my sales to meet what I was doing before. Crazy pants.
Crazy pants. Hey, guess what? I sold that, how do you say, La Creuset pot?
Oh, you did?
I did. I sold it for full asking price. I think it was like $74.99. So
on
that's good.
On eBay?
eBay, yeah.
Awesome.
They were a new seller, so I'm thinking, a new buyer or whatever, a bidder, and so I'm thinking that they didn't really understand how the best offer worked. Sometimes I think that when they don't have a lot of feedback and they just pay full price, but either way, I was happy about it.
That's awesome. I brought up my sales. I didn't have any like super incredible ones, but I had a couple good ones. Let's see. Okay, so here's my top 3. I shall share them with you. Where's my butt? Okay, so this came out of the plush bags. This was the Baby Einstein's Caterpillar. And it sold for full asking price at $39.95.
That was a nice sale.
I know! I'm like, I need to pay attention to those things. I want to go through and search like all of the little Baby Einsteins and Fisher Price and just kind of like take a little look-see about like what I'm missing.
Yeah.
This is a game piece. Somebody was talking in the chat about parting out game pieces. Game pieces are boring. I don't want to part out game pieces, but I had this game, and I went ahead and just took some of the main pieces out, which, like the headset. This one went off to Ecuador. So they paid,
Ecuador.
yeah, they paid like $15 in shipping, I think, to get it. And then another good sell I had was this Bear in the Big Blue House blanket that I paid $2.99 for. And it wasn't even in like the best of shape. Like it had, I know it had a mark on it somewhere. Yeah, look right there. I marked them all.
See that.
Yeah, a little gray spot.
I marked them all. Like you can see, like this piece of tape. Like I
Okay.
marked them all so you could see it. Like there's a spot and there's another one. I wanted to make sure I didn't want somebody coming back and be like, there's spots on them. Like I had tape pointing to it. But that sold for $39.95. I paid $2.99 for that, so that was pretty good. So those were my big winners of the last 10 or 12 days.
I just did the math since you mentioned average sale price, and so far for this month, my average sales price is $57.
That's amazing.
That's amazing for sure.
Because I think that's what Ronnie says. I think his is somewhere around $50 to $70 for his average sale price.
Mm-hmm. You do a lot less work that way.
Yes, you do. And that's why, like I'm getting really frustrated because I'm like, I am doing a lot more work than I used to do for a lot less money. So I've been reevaluating. Once I get rid of this boxes of stuff, like I'm never doing this again. And I'm gonna restructure my business. I need to get back to what makes me money, where I'm not feeling like I'm trapped in here, Yeah. And it's like a more simplified business, and it's just easier, and it's more fun. It just really is more fun that way to have I think having a bread and butter business, like, some people, they really know their clothing, or they really know their shoes, or they really know these things, but they don't only sell that, So I think really like having a business like that where you have your core products, and then you kind of like, oh, look, treasure! Yay! I got this amazing $150 thing, I think that's more fun. I think it's less stressful that way, because as long as you keep selling those same items, those same kind of things, you're going to keep a steady income, as opposed to constantly being on the prowl for something else,
Right.
So I think that's where I'm going to set my focus, is getting back to my core, getting back to, these are my product lines. Because the lady asked me yesterday, because I heard a cha-ching and it wasn't my phone. We were at gymnastics. And
I felt all sad.
Yeah, so we were at gymnastics, and so we got to talking, and she asked me, well, what do you sell? And normally I would say, oh, I part out small appliances, and I sell women's comfort shoes, and then any other thing that I can, find that's treasure. I didn't have anything to tell her yesterday. I was like, I sell stuff I get from the thrift store. Like I didn't.
Stuff.
I was like, stuff. I want to get back to what I was doing, because this is not working. Like, it hasn't worked. Like, I had my business. I changed my business. My business was going great. I had a mental breakdown. I took business off. I came back, and then I decided to change my business. And then it's like, for the last year and a half, it hasn't been successful. Like, the change was not for the better. Like, I'm working harder, making less, which is stupid. That's dumb.
Yeah, you need to get back to parts.
I do. And it's easier. It really is. And it is more fun to just, because that's what I used to do. I'd go to the store. I'd go to the appliance section. That was my first place. I'd look for the main things that I would pick up, put those in my cart, and then I'd kind of wander around and, oh, look, what's that? What's that? What's that? And then I had a base of $30 or $40 that I wouldn't buy anything that I couldn't sell for over $30 or $40. And then I'd leave and I'd go to another store, and I could hit up 4 or 5 stores in a day. Now I can spend like 4 hours in the same dang store because I'm pecking for everything. I'm all over the place. I need to stop it. I don't want to
I
do it.
would I would consider myself a very opportunistic picker. Um, I never start in clothing anymore, but depending on what I find, I usually end in clothing. Like this morning, for example, I was at a Goodwill over in Pennsylvania, and I picked up this thing. We all know what this is.
Oh yeah.
Pump and style. It was $15. Like I didn't go to the thrift store like, oh, I'm gonna look for a breast pump. But when I found the breast pump, I mean, it cost $15. I can get like $70, $80 for it. Last week I stumbled on a bunch of toys. Well, 2 weeks ago I stumbled on a bunch of toys at Salvation Army, and I literally have made at least $800 off these toys that I spent $40 on.
Wow.
I wish it could always be like that, but in every store I walk in, I try to see where the money's at. And if I don't see it anywhere on those shelves, then I go to the clothes to see if I can, make something happen.
We had a question in the chat about surprise packages. That's against eBay rules. You cannot set up mystery boxes. The customer has to know what's in the box. If you look up the eBay rules and policies, you cannot sell mystery boxes. And they'll go, but there's some listed. And they'll go, just because they're listed doesn't mean you're supposed to, because it's in the rules. They're against the rules.
I mean, I guess you could sell, like, if you sold like a jewelry jar on eBay, you could show them a picture of the jar.
Right. I think the problem is that they were doing them, and if the mystery box did not sell for a certain price, then people would remove things that were, you know what I mean? It wasn't like they put things in the box and sealed it up and then waited to see what it sold for and shipped it off. It was basically like they would put the things in the box and then see what it sold for, and then if it didn't sell for enough money, then they would take some things out. And they weren't doing it fair.
Horrible.
Yeah, they weren't doing it fair. Because I would love to do mystery box. You know what I mean? Because I thought about it when somebody. This is why I know the rule, because I thought about it. Because I was like, I'd love to just throw some of this crap in a box and be like, here you go. Because I know it's worth money. It's not worthless, but it's not worth me listing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do have some. I have listed junk drawer lots. But you can see in the picture everything that's there. I don't list everything that's there. I don't say what's there, but you can see in the pictures everything that's in the bag. And then Toronto Greenhouse said something about me focusing on getting initial sales and feedback. And I have feedback. I'm not new. So
there's somebody named Deborah that's new.
Okay, I was like, what does that mean? Okay, there we go. I was like,
don't you be messing with me.
I was like, I don't.
I will tell you. I got feedback.
I got feedback. I'm fine. Okay, that makes more sense. I was so confused. I was like, thanks for helping, but I don't know.
No, her name is Deborah Littlejohn.
What you mean?
So she's a new eBay seller. What should I focus on selling? Price, cost, profit. So.
Oh yeah, it's focusing on what to sell. It really just depends on your area that you're in. I can tell you all day long to focus on, sell this and this, and it's like, well, I don't have that. We don't have a lot of that. Yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to talk about, I had a couple topics we were going to talk about today, but I didn't write them down, and then my brain went and spat them all out. But we did mention, did anybody take a look at the new seller updates? I didn't really look at them too deeply. I just scanned it and I'm like, oh, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good, and went on about my day.
No, I
haven't.
Did you?
Yeah, I haven't.
Did you see anything that you thought might affect you at all? I didn't see anything that changed anything for me.
Politics. Oh,
Like,
Jeff.
like I'm happy with the new updates. I need more listings. Like I was running out, so I need more listings. I'm happy with the shipping supply coupon. I'm happy with the. And people were complaining about the monthly rate going up, and I'm like, why are you on a monthly? Like, why aren't you on an annual? You don't pay it all up front anyway. So I don't, I don't see the why you would have a monthly eBay plan unless I guess you're not planning on keeping your store. I've had my store for 5 years, I think.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were complaining, but the price increases are not really significant,
Yeah, it's like
right?
$10, like, and you
Yeah,
get 500 more listings. Like, I'm on it.
yeah.
I has no complaints. Let's see. And then people were upset about the eBay boxes, which I couldn't figure out why they were upset about that either. Because we get coupons to buy shipping supplies if we want to that have eBay on the side. And then I got into a little bit of an argument. Like it just wasn't my day. I was on everybody that day. I had decided I was like I need to put down my phone.
Where was this at? I need to go and read it.
Because she was talking about like, well, why would you want a brand for eBay? And I'm like, because they go to eBay.com to buy my stuff. You know, they're not going to, like, they're typing in eBay.com and then they're looking up the things that we sell. I want people to go there. You know, I want them to go to eBay.com. I don't want them to go to Walmart.com. You know, and it was like, oh well. You know, I don't see the point in branding for eBay and this and that. Because people said that when I bought the eBay tape, too, which I see you have some behind you.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it, too.
Yeah, it's good
well,
quality.
why would you advertise for eBay? And I'm like, because that's where I sell my stuff, you know?
You get a lot of tape for the price. It's a good price for the amount of tape that you get.
Yeah, so I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why? I don't get it. I don't understand. Like,
shut them down.
I was very frustrated about that. Like, I had to like turn off my notifications like for the box posts because I was posting about the boxes, and I had to just turn the notifications off because I was like losing my mind. I was like, they're free. I'm like, they're giving you a coupon, and so you can get some supplies for free, and you're mad about it? Like, what?
I always find it really interesting that people will sell on a platform and constantly bash the platform. If you have such a huge issue with eBay, take your wares elsewhere. Like seriously, go sell on Amazon. Lots of people have done that. A lot of people have jumped ship and they don't sell on eBay, they sell on Amazon. If that's how you feel, then, you know, show yourself out.
I agree.
I don't get it. Like, and I'm like, those are the same, and they hang out, like, to comment about it, like, on articles, and, like, anytime e-commerce bites post something, there's, like, people that come out of the woodwork and comment about it, and they're like, I used to sell on eBay 6 years ago, and I'm like, dude, I used to work at Walmart 10 years ago. You don't see me, like, popping out when somebody's like, Walmart's this and that. I'm like, oh my God, Walmart's terrible. I hate Walmart. You know, it's like, what? Like, go do something else. I don't know. I don't get it. I haven't figured it out. They're the same ones I say that call it Feebay, Feebay. Anybody that calls it eBay
doesn't sell on Amazon.
Just go. Yeah.
Right?
I've yet to see anybody call it Feemazon. So. So did you guys get your taxes all finished up?
I'm so close to done. I'm just waiting for my bookkeeper to come over and make sure that the IRS isn't going to come and take all of my things. But
they're like, April, you see this line item 42? What is this? What is this?
I put it off like forever. I thought I was going to owe all of this money because between my old full-time job and eBay and Amazon, like I made a ton of money last year, like twice as much as I've ever made in any single year. So I thought that I was going to end up having to pay all of these taxes, but once I started doing my taxes, I'll actually get a refund. And I don't even know how that's possible. I really don't. But
All
it
your
was
deductions.
I know. All those business deductions. It was a pleasant surprise, to say the least.
Yeah.
I haven't done mine yet, only because the IRS doesn't care when you file if you are getting a refund back. Like, they're not like, file today so we can give you money back. They really don't care if you ever file. But I haven't touched it yet. I will. I just don't. I don't want to, but it's gonna be fine. I have all of my my spreadsheets and GoDaddy, and I know how to run my reports. And I really was going to. I need to make this video like now because it's coming up on time. And I've been seeing people pop up asking questions. Well, how do I get all my fees that I paid, and how do I get my shipping I paid, and how do I get So I was gonna run through and actually do a video on how to run your reports in PayPal. That doesn't help you for Amazon. Amazon gives you all those reports anyway. Which I need to do a video for that. Idea. I need to do a video for that too, because I've twice now had the same discussion with the same person 2 years in a row about how to run the report to get all of your orders and not do it month by month by month by month, but how to get like the whole year all in one report. So because I run the reports for PayPal, that's how, and for Amazon, because that's how I do my sales tax, because I run the reports and then I sort them by state, and then I delete then I delete the ones that aren't Texas, and then do my sales tax like that. But it would be helpful. You can use the exact same reports to get your order numbers and your fees and your shipping and that kind of stuff, because it'll always say eBay postage or USPS, whatever, depending on if you printed it on eBay or PayPals.
Yeah, that's a good idea for some videos. I'm sure a lot of people would want to see that.
Yeah, I've been needing to do that video for a while now. I was going to do it 2 years ago and didn't. I did do a video on PayPal, and it is running the same report on how to find out if you got paid for an item you can't find. Like, did I sell this like 2 years ago and not know? And so it was how to run a report that you can actually bring into Excel, and then you could like search for the item, and then it'll tell you if you got paid for it, and then you would know you sold it. It's the same one, same report, but different purpose. Jeff said I'm depressing him with property tax, income tax, sales tax. What were you saying, April?
I was really surprised and happy about that taxes tab in GoDaddy bookkeeping. I had never explored. I had never stumbled over there, but once I did, it was amazing. I was really, really happy. Like, it had my returns and everything, so that was awesome.
It is very helpful, and GoDaddy is very helpful, especially if you actually keep your stuff categorized. If you go in at least every month and just click and categorize, that was an office supply, that was a utility, that was a this, that was a that, that was a personal expense, It really does pretty much cover everything for you.
That's awesome.
The only area that it lacks is in the cost of goods area, where you can't keep track of your inventory. If it had a separate section for that you could keep track of, like, your inventory sales costs, there really wouldn't be another, like, you really wouldn't need any other programs. But that's where GoDaddy really lacks in that area. I was trying to find our Q&A section that we had on the group because there was a question over there I can't find.
From today?
No, it was for a little while ago. Like, what do you use, Tonya, for your tracking all your like your sales and stuff? Are you using anything yet?
I've been using that Easy Auction Tracker. So, and I like, I don't always have to open that, and I know that it's, tracking everything for me, and that's good, because since eBay only goes back, 3 months?
Yeah, 90 days.
So, that's nice.
So you did get it to go and open and everything?
I don't know if my computer's just really old. I feel like, I don't know. I'm not crazy about the outlook, or the layout, the way it looks. I mean, it's doable, but I don't know. I'm just not used to it. I guess it's just learning something new,
I wonder what's different
I'll have
about
to do
it.
a screen share sometime and show you how mine looks compared to how yours looks.
It looks different than mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. So do you guys have any goals coming up for what you're now that first quarter's over? Do you get prepared for anything? Do you do anything? Are you making any changes in your business?
I am trying to start ramping up the number of items I have at Amazon. I have yet to reach 300 active SKUs, and that's been my goal for the past several months. So in the next month and a half, I want to actually get to 300 SKUs, and going into the third quarter, I would like to have that number around 500, as not to be trying to crunch too hard going into Q4.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of stuff over at Amazon either. Looks like I have 314 active items, which is actually a lot for me. I don't normally have that many. I normally keep around 200.
Mhm.
But I just sent in all those stuffed animals and stuff, so that kind of brought the number up. But I need to go through and really reprice some things and just whip through there, and then I need to go sourcing. But I got to get rid of, I don't know why I bought these stupid boxes. Because it seems like every time I get myself in a place where I'm organized and kind of caught up, I buy these damn boxes. And then I'm bogged down by them for, a certain period of time until I'm finished with them. So I'm highly motivated to get rid of them because they're in my freaking way, and they don't let me go source fun stuff that I like to go sourcing, and they don't let me list the things that I like to list because they're just there and dumb. Very angry with them. They need to go away. I don't know why I bought them. I was dumb. I need to sell them to somebody else. I need to just box them up and ship them off. And
have you made your money back on it yet, or you're still going through them?
I'm still going through them. I've only had them for a little over a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, but they were just in the living room, and I opened them up to see what they were, kind of well, what's in there? And there is some really great stuff in there. There's some dash cams and tablets and tons and tons of sync cables, and there was a soda stream and a blender, and so there was some really great stuff in there. It wasn't crap. I had gotten one shipment before that was what is this? This is taking up space in my shed now. That's where it is, in the shed. But yeah, so this is good stuff. It's just going to take me time to process it, but I'm very motivated to process it because I want to get it out of the way, and I want to go do fun business things that I like to do, because
Right?
I took that vacation and I kind of reevaluated, like, what were my goals, what were my plans, what was I trying to do here? On a daily basis, what in the world am I doing? And I really did start thinking about what we were talking about before, about wanting to get back to my core business and just, where I was happy. I wasn't like, I have to list, I have to do all these things, and I just listed, and that was it. And then I'd go shopping, and then I'd go, woohoo, look what I found, and then I'd list it, and then I'd sell it. I haven't gotten to do that in a long time. It's not fun. I want to get
Yeah.
back to I want it to be fun.
Mhm.
Hey, so since we're talking about it, Chrissy Ortman is asking where you're buying the boxes.
I've been buying them from another reseller who buys them from a pallet company. I believe one of the main pallet companies he buys from is Bulk. BULQ. But I could be wrong. Like, it could be another company now. But he's not doing it anymore, I believe, because he's gone over into wholesale. But I was buying the items from him that he didn't want to send to Amazon, whether they had like box issues or the rank was too high or they just weren't right for Amazon. They're really just kind of our eBay items or flea market. Like, that would be perfect. Like, flea market would be perfect. I need to just get a booth and take this crap out there for a weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. I do. I wonder, there's a store that opened up across the street from me. I need to go in there and see what it is. It says used, vintage, and antiques. And they just opened like 2 weeks ago, and I need to see like if they're actually like a used store or if they're like an antique store.
Yeah.
Because if they're like a used store, maybe I can like get a space in there. I don't think they're using the whole area.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
That would be awesome. I had tried to get some of the Austin resellers to like rent the store. I was like, hey, if we all went in together, we could have a store,
That would be so fun.
And then nobody said anything. Like, I made the suggestion and nobody said anything. It was like crickets.
Yeah, crickets.
I was like, okay, never mind. How's your booth doing, Tonya? You have a...
Yeah, it's doing good. I just went out there Sunday, and so I had to pay my rent, and I collected a little check since it's the beginning of the month, pretty much. So anything I make from here on out for the rest of April will just be profit. So it's doing good. I'm still having fun with it, and I like it.
I really wanted a little area that I can just sell off things that I just don't want to mess with,
Right.
I really wish the flea market was closer to me because they're not expensive. I think it's like $30 a day or something like that, if that, or $40 a weekend. It's not like an expensive venture, but you have to like take your stuff out there,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then you have to take it back. It's not like you just get to leave it there.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of work.
yeah. But maybe I should try it. I really do. Well, I have stuff that would be good for, the flea market.
You should try it.
I should. I'm horrible about trying new things. Like, I get anxiety about like not knowing.
Yeah.
I'm that person that's like, well, this is going to take a lot of effort, and I don't want to put in a lot of effort if I don't know it's going to be worth the effort. Like, which kind of rules out a lot of things. So,
Yeah.
April, did you ever get your clothes back?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I finally did reach out to her, and last I heard she was checking, but
Oh,
she's really busy. Doing what? I don't know.
on.
So have you looked to see if your items are on eBay? These said items?
Girl, I mean, I don't know why she wouldn't have just no. I haven't. But if that's the way she was gonna carry it, I mean, we could have worked something out. But I don't think she's motivated enough to sell them herself. I could be wrong, but at this
Yeah.
point, we're just pushing forward. We've had a good streak here where we're able to fulfill most of the items that we're selling. We actually have them. But until we move everything again, I won't know exactly what's missing. And hopefully by then she'll get back to me and say, "Hey, I found a pile of your stuff," and I'll say, "Awesome,"
Yeah,
and I can
Right.
send it all out. So,
somebody had
go ahead.
commented on that show about, well, don't ever give and store any of your inventory at somebody else's house. And I don't think they understood that, like, that was your employee, and she was
Correct.
Right.
processing the listings for you and processing the garments, and that was the process that you guys had. So it
Yeah.
wasn't like you're, using her house or whatever. I mean,
No.
that was your employee. That was,
Yeah. And it worked really, really well when she was like stable in a place and could work. She would list the clothes and then she would take them to the storage unit. But once her life started to fall apart, she couldn't even keep up with her own things, much less my things.
Right.
So that's what happened there.
How are things working out with your boyfriend? Are you firing him yet? Is he fired? Is he getting unemployment checks at this point?
He still has perfect shipping, which is amazing because I should be back to top rated by next month if he continues that. Um, he didn't like his paycheck this week, so he decided that he's
Oh,
ready to start listing.
you're so funny.
How much are you paying? Like, how much, like, your old employee, what were you paying her? How did you structure your payments? Because when I
Well,
had my helper, I just paid him by the hour.
yeah, yeah. My boyfriend, he essentially gets paid by the hour. Uh, Um, but if it's somebody that's helping me with listings, they get paid per item with like an incentive type bonus. So if you list 50 items in a week, you get a $50 bonus on top of getting paid per item.
That's a
Okay.
good plan.
Yeah, I paid Patrick, who's coming back. I paid Patrick just by the hour because he wasn't actually like making any listings for me. I just had him doing cleaning and pictures, and then he would like edit the pictures, crop the pictures, and stuff like that. And he also did inventory. Like he would, and I taught him how to scan things into Inventory Lab to do shipments.
Ooh.
So yeah, so that was really good. Um, I think it's funny because you can find helpers anywhere. Like my 8-year-old knows how to scan and label, and she knows how to scan at the store. And that's the way I had taught Patrick too, because Patrick didn't even know how to use a phone. He didn't have a phone. And so I taught him, like, okay, here's the price point. If you see something and you scan it and it says, you can profit such and such amount of dollars on it, put it in the cart. But if you have a question about it, then put it over here in this section. He found some really great stuff. Like, he was doing a really good job at it. And it was really so helpful to, like, just go park him over at Savers in the DVD section and be like, scan. That was the best thing ever. Like, that was so great. Like, if you can find somebody to do that for you, because I was paying him $10 an hour. $10 is
Hmm.
very decent pay for what he was doing. It's definitely more than minimum wage, and it's not a crappy job. So if you can find somebody to scan for you, just to scan media or scan books or whatever, I mean, man, that is some priceless like help. It really
Hmm.
changes the game. It changes, like your Amazon business for sure. But anyway, does anybody else have anything they'd like to talk about?
No.
Oh,
Tonya, you're supposed to have a show tomorrow, right?
yes. So, okay, I'm sorry about my dogs, y'all. They are just barking like crazy. But we are going to be talking with the Bonafide Hustler tomorrow about snapbacks. We're doing a challenge in the Facebook group, the International League of Thrifters. And this week it's all about snapbacks. And so it will be tomorrow morning on my channel at 10 a.m.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you can click on Tonya's name over in the chat, and you can subscribe to her channel. Like the little button will just pop up. If you're not already subscribed, you'll get a notification. I think Paul is also going to do a show tomorrow for the Reseller Wake Up. I had told him about your show, so it'll probably be afterwards. Are you going to go an hour, probably?
Probably, and I did not mention, but it's also going to be with Margaret from Texas Gal Treasures, so we're excited about it.
Cool. Yeah, so Tonya and Margaret will be with Bonafide Hustler on Tonya's channel, Thrifty Treasures, and then I believe Paul will be having a Reseller Wake Up. Following that, I should be on, as far as I know. And April, you got anything going on?
I have nothing going on. I just uploaded a new YouTube video today talking about how to tell if you have an orphaned suit jacket or if you have an actual sport coat. So if you guys have questions about that, you can check it out.
Awesome.
That's really good advice, because I don't know the difference.
Well, sometimes you can't really tell the difference. So.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Next week we should have a topic. This week we're just kind of playing it by ear. So, but thanks for coming and watching today, and make sure to join the Resellers Do Facebook group so you can get the updates on the show and whatever else. Make show suggestions. Tonya admins the International League of Resellers, right? Thrifters.
International League of Thrifters.
I always get it wrong. It's really long.
Just say highlight.
And April has her channel over at the Reseller Learning Curve, where that's where she just said she posted her video. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a really great week. Bye.
Bye.